Hi, I'm Abby,
And I'm Tori.
and today we're going to do a book review
Yes.
of A Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas.
We have some of the books here and some of the books over there.
Yeah, sorry, they can't see this one. There. Now, I've only read the first one out of the series, and I'm currently on book 2. I'm like in the middle. Tori's
I've read them all. Except for actually Assassin's Blade. Yeah, Assassin's Blade. I haven't read Assassin's Blade, but I know what happens in it because Book Talk has spoiled it. So,
yeah, well.
And we read other books by her as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah J. Maas at this point is pretty well known. I will say I did when I was reading them. I think she had only written up to. I don't remember when I read Empire Storms, but I remember after I read Empire Storms, Kingdom of Ash had not been out yet. And for those of you who know, this book ends in a really big cliffhanger. And I remember it was devastating having to wait for the next book that I pre-ordered it. And it came with my favorite artist, Charlie Bowater, who did the art for it.
Can I see?
I kind of want to show you, but at the same time, I kind of feel.
Oh no! Don't show me! Don't show me! Show them! No spoilers for me. Just spoil it for them.
It's not a spoiler, but
I'm closing my eyes.
We'll just leave it. We'll leave it as it is. But anyways, first some thoughts, impressions, summary, just give an overall, and then we can get into like spoiler stuff. So non-spoiler for now.
So what would the summary be?
Well, just like overall thoughts. I enjoyed it and didn't enjoy it. Thought it could be better.
You go first. Talk about this book.
Okay, I mean, I think I told you before. So with this book, I liked it. I think like I said, I read it when she was still writing them. So, so back when I feel like all YA was kind of like this, I felt like it was very stereotypical YA. I think she started writing it when she was 16. I feel like that kind of comes across like stereotypical YA is the way it's just the way I can describe it. Like nothing groundbreaking. I think it was supposed to be. I heard that it was supposed to be like a Cinderella retelling.
I don't know how to close it.
I got it. Anyways, so I mean, obviously, I enjoyed it enough to finish reading the series. But like I said, I wouldn't say 2 words, 3 words. Stereotypical, 4 words actually. Sorry. Stereotypical YA, nothing groundbreaking.
That is exactly it. Okay, so like I'm gonna be very honest with you, Tori. The only reason I decided to read this series is because you told me to.
Because it is a great series.
That's what you kept saying.
Once you get past
book 1 was underwhelming, which you did warn me about. And if she hadn't told me that book 3 is when it gets lit, I would never finish this. I'm telling you.
And let me know if you guys agree that book 3 is when it starts too.
Yeah, let us know. But book 1, I was like, why am I reading this? I had no motivation to read it. You see every plot twist coming from 10 miles away. And I was just like, okay.
When I reread, I will say I usually skip.
You skip?
I skip the first book. And I remember when I was reading them for the first time, and I did get to, I think this is the 3rd book. I was like, it just felt so drastically different.
Wow, she got
from the rest of them. Yeah. Well, and also in the terms of the plot, like it just kind of completely changes, but it makes sense. But it just feels like, oh wow, like a whole new, like, okay, this is what the story is about. Because this is just very typical. Oh, I have to win the competition.
Yeah, that's literally it. Oh right,
that's it.
Of the book.
Yeah.
Assassin, from a land gets sent by the king to some slave
mines, slave mines, salt mines.
The prince comes and gets her out because he wants to put her in as his champion in the king's competition to see who would become the king's assassin and go kill people for the king. Right? So he goes there because she already had a reputation, plucks her out, right? Of being an assassin, plucks her out, puts her in the competition, and wadi she wins.
What did you expect?
That's pretty much, and of course, there's like a whole love triangle between she and the prince's friend, and
the captain of the guard,
lame.
It's like I said, that's just so stereotypical YA. It's like, and literally every YA book, but it just gets. I can't say it enough. Yeah. It gets so good.
But that's the summary of the book in total, really.
Yeah.
And she ruined the book for me.
What did I know? How?
You said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna read it for y'all too." she doesn't end up with these two people in the first book. So every
Yes.
time they're flirting, I'm just rolling my eyes. But she's like, oh my God, I've never felt this way before. Really now. Oh my God, it must be meant to be. No.
It is important to the plot, though, for later on. So I will
Okay.
say that. And I really do enjoy both their characters.
Okay.
So I love
So-
Dorian. I haven't met a person who doesn't like him.
In book one, it was meh.
He has his own. This actually, okay, so that's what I like about the series better than A Court of Thorns and Roses. I feel like she really planned every character, and every character has like their own story.
I will say that since I know we're talking about book one, but I will say in reading book two, I've been a bit more engaged.
I don't remember what happens in book two.
Not much. Not much. But I've been more engaged, and I'm actually starting to like Dorian's character a little bit more.
Yeah, he still has a ways to go. I don't remember what happens in book two.
Should I talk about since this is about?
Oh yeah, I guess we said we would mostly stay to book one. Okay, well I guess okay.
But that's pretty much book one.
Yes,
there's not much to talk
about. What about like I feel like okay, so I will say after and I have reread book one. After having read the whole series and then coming back and having reread book one, I will say I can see her start to plant some seeds that become really big later on. And I think her foreshadowing, obviously there was very easy to spot cliches and tropes that were going to come out. But I feel like there was some really good ones that, or maybe I'm just stupid. There were some really good ones in there that reading back, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I thought that was such an inconsequential like little detail thrown in there that actually turned out to be really relevant.
Okay. We'll have this conversation again when I get to what is it, book three?
Yeah, book three, you start to see some things. Well, I want to know, like, okay, what were the spoilers? What do you think, like, is very obvious? Like,
okay, so
I'm kind of curious about,
all right,
like, the major one.
One of the spoilers was when she was trying to figure out who was summoning the demon monster thingy from this other world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was so obvious that it was Cain.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I wonder if it's what's her name?
Nehemia? The princess?
Yes.
Nehemia, I think I don't know how to pronounce it. If we pronounce these names wrong.
Nehemia. Oh God, it better not be Nehemia. It's the first time I'm making a friend. Blah blah. It's Cain. Mm-hmm. It's literally Cain. It was so obvious. Why was it obvious? Cain kept getting bigger after he killed the competitor. She observed it herself.
Yeah. Right? Steroids or something, yeah.
She read something in a book, I think. Don't quote me on this, but I think she read something in a book when she was researching word marks, and she saw that demon that said that the demon grants powers and it makes you more stronger as the powers of other people. Put 2 and 2 together. You are an assassin. Be one. Maybe you're not smart. You just know how to kill. I don't know. So that was one of the more obvious ones, and they went on this whole trope about and I can't remember her name. Let's call her Nemi.
Nemi.
Is it Nemi? And I'm like, it's obviously not Nemi. Mm-hmm. I know this. You know this. She should know this.
Yeah.
So that's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about like predictions, like based on this? Like, what do you think like the rest of the series is going to be about, or like what's going to happen in the rest of the series? Because obviously, like she won the competition. That's over.
She won the competition,
and obviously there's like 5-6 other books. So.
Yeah, there is a lot.
So a lot happens. So based on the first book and the first like 2 chapters of the second book, what do you think?
What do I think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. I think that she is going to discover that she has powers. For sure.
Okay.
She's gonna be some chosen one from somewhere, some land. I don't know. Some prophecy thing she's gonna be fulfilling.
Okay.
I think that Dorian, based on what I've seen, is gonna have powers as well. He might die. I'm not sure yet, but I have a feeling either him or the captain of the guard is gonna die. Or Nemi. One of the 3. Someone's gonna die.
Okay.
I just can't figure out who yet, but I think as I read more, I'll figure it out. I think Dorian and Nemi are gonna end up together. Yeah, or they're gonna have a little
Fling.
a little fling
It's an
somewhere.
interesting take.
That makes me wonder if I'm wrong.
Nice.
You can't tell me.
No.
Um,
But I will say I didn't get that from reading the first and second. I thought maybe like an arranged marriage type thing, like political marriage, prince and princess type thing. But I never
know he's a little infatuated, and I feel like they'll do a little
with her.
Yeah.
I feel like he
In
was
book
just with
2.
Selena. I don't remember.
No, in book 2,
I need
it
to
was
reread
just
it.
like she touched me in my chest,
Really?
and I almost wanted her. Like she touched him in his chest and was
About Nehemia.
yeah, Nemi.
Oh,
Nehemia.
I have to
She touched
reread
him in
this
his
book.
chest and was just like, "There's great power within you. Let me know when you're ready to unlock it. I'll be there to help."
Uh-huh.
And he was just like, he felt something rumble inside him from somewhere ancient,
Uh-huh.
like from long ago.
Oh, but I
also
think
he likes the fingers of her.
okay. Because I would say like the whole rumbling thing, like that could be like you said, like maybe he has powers and that's just like she awakened his powers type thing.
Homie was just like, yeah, there's
But
that,
not necessarily because he likes
also-
her. But okay, you're saying that there was another added. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I'm wrong about that then. What else? I'm trying to think of what else I think will happen. Right now, I think the king is using the rings to bring back people from the dead. The book hasn't
Okay.
really talked about that, but I
Mhm.
feel like he's bringing back either people from the dead or people from that other land as an army
Mm-hmm.
to take over the land or some shit and put people even more in control. There's another thing I've been toying with, but I don't have any
Like evidence.
evidence at all to support
Okay, just a
this.
gut feeling.
I wouldn't even call it a gut feeling. It's
Okay,
more
what
like
is it?
If I was writing a book, maybe
This is how you do it.
twist.
Okay, let's hear it. Well, let's hear it. Spit it out.
I was thinking that I would write, if I was writing this, I'd make it so that the king actually wasn't all that bad. The
Okay.
king was trying to save the land, but he just, in doing so, he got corrupted by the power that he took from the other land, and then
Okay, like the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, and then so all along he was really trying to save him, and then when they eliminate him or kill him, they're actually gonna unleash something even bigger. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. But yeah, those are my predictions.
It's so hard not to tell you whether you're right or wrong.
You better not spoil.
I'm not going to
any-
spoil anything. I feel like, you're lucky that Bookstagram or Book Talk hasn't spoiled anything for you yet. Like, you're really lucky because the series is really popular. And
I
there's a
don't
lot of...
use Instagram on at all. That's probably why.
Oh, right. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're good. Because I've seen, like, a lot of people where they're like, I started reading this book, like, looking for this character. And then, like, they're nowhere. And it's like, did I get lied to or whatever? And it's like a plot twist type thing. And it's like... So people like already like got spoiled, like, going into it type thing.
Okay.
So, but good thing, yeah.
I will remain off of Instagram.
Yes.
I just won't go looking at anything.
But yeah, it's going to be so interesting to see how your opinions change throughout the books. Because this is a new experience to, like, after they've already all come out to be reading them.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not always a hater. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about these books. I'm not always a hater. I love me some
Yes.
Brandon Sanderson. So when we do a Brandon Sanderson review, y'all are going to see me turn into a fangirl without question. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out, Tori.
Yes.
You're the only reason why I've kept reading.
Trust me, we're going to sit here after you read this book, and you're going to be like, wow, that was a great series. What a ride. It is literally an emotional journey.
I like that. Okay, sign me up.
That's why I said, like, I think, like, this series better than Court and Thorn and Roses. Like, Court and Thorn and Roses, looking back, and I don't know, it kind of feels, like, sloppy. In a sense, like, I kind of like a lot of things, like, the plot and the romance, like, all kind of thrown together. But I think with the series, she does a really good job where I would say the plot is the main focus.
Okay.
And it's, like, an epic journey. And then, like, the characters are just so fleshed out that it just, and the plot really does affect them and, like, really does change them and, like, all this stuff. Like, it's really good.
You're really selling it. You're really selling
I would have to say, like, currently right now, I would say it's probably my favorite book series. It's a series that I can...
Over Brandon Sanderson?
Yes. I need to reread Brandon.
Above A Way of Kings?
I need to reread it.
The Way of Kings. Sorry, I think I said that wrong.
Yes. I just
Take
feel
it
like...
back.
No. I will say...
Unacceptable.
I need to reread Brandon Sanderson, but I just felt like with him, like, it was just, like, so convoluted. I feel like you have to be a very intelligent person.
That is true.
And I just, when I read them, like, I was like, I just want to know what's going on. I don't want to have to do mental gymnastics to understand what's going on. So
I can respect that.
and like I think and we talked about it, like this is turning into his review, but like there would be like some chapters where like it'd be like a character from a complete like that had nothing to do with the plot, and I'd just be like, how is this relevant again?
Yeah, those used to piss me off. But yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, so that's a whole separate
other
issue.
film. I will say that I get it, because the reason why I like Brandon Sanderson books is because they're so convoluted. It's for the very reason that I love the mental gymnastics, because when I read something and I can predict and see what's happening.
Oh no, I don't like that either.
I get mad annoyed.
But I guess I would actually say, and this is like another topic too, like I've seen people discuss it, is whether you're like a plot driven, whether you prefer plot driven or character driven.
So you're more character driven?
I would say I'm more character driven, but I still have to have a good plot.
I agree.
Which is why, again, I like these, because I'm actually really invested in like the storyline, like what's actually going to happen, like who's going to, win the wars and type of stuff, and like the actual like story plot. But then the characters are like also just so fleshed out. Like I literally cried at this book, and that's another judge. That's another way I judge books, whether they can make me cry.
You're setting a standard.
I know, and I hope I don't overhype it, because that's another problem. Like if somebody overhypes a book and then I read it and then I'm just like, yeah, I didn't meet the hype.
Hype. It's too late.
Forget everything. White.
It's too late.
Forget everything.
It's too late. Okay, well,
yes, well, you'll have to tune in next time to see how she progresses along the series, and maybe I'll start rereading them.
So we can talk about them more in depth.
Yeah, and refresh my memory.
Question. Should we give it a rating?
Oh, yeah.
This is a 2.
Oh, wow. I would say it's a 3 for me.
And I think it's that hindsight bias. Because you're looking back. This was a 2 for me, without question. I had to force myself to finish it. And only
probably, I will be honest. Like, well, only because I have been in a huge reading slump lately. If I didn't know what would happen and I had to force myself, I probably would have to force myself to finish it and give it a 2.
And I will say this. I read this after reading book 4 of Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
So to come in from that,
like a thick, big epic journey,
beautiful journey, to this, it was not the best.
It's like having like a 5-star meal and then going to McDonald's.
Yeah, so there is some bias here, but still a 2. I'm not changing it.
No, that's I like I said, and I had warned you before. Totally understandable.
Okay, all right. So 2 for me, 3 for you, and well,
as long as you finish the series, you need to finish the series.
I will. I'll force myself to read this one, but this one has been better. And then I'll get to Kingdom of Ash.
Airfire is the next one. Kingdom of Ash is the very last one.
Okay. All right. Well.
So after that one is this one, and so you can already tell like they're starting to get thicker.
Well, we can do another book review once I finish.
Yeah, once we finish that one, because I think that one ends like something really important happens at the end of that one too. That's not a spoiler or anything.
I don't want to know anything. I want to be blind. Okay. Now I'm gonna be like, what's coming up at the end?
Well, maybe that'll keep you interested in reading. Like,
maybe
what's gonna happen next?
You're right. Okay. Well,
I guess that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, join us next time for more book review. All right, bet. We're done.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.